Hello huge casino players. Today I am going to show you how to get to 100 billion chips in this game. Uh, as you can see, I made it to 100 billion. Now I'm going to try and get to 125. Um, this is a very new account, as you can see. It's only level 339. I actually started gaining chips at level 220, so I made 110 levels. I haven't played much on this account. Um, it has 170,000 spins, about there. My biggest win has been 31 billion chips. And yes, I haven't played any other games, but I'm going to show you in 3 steps how to get to 100 billion as well. Uh, it's not very hard to get there. It's also not easy. You have to be quite disciplined, and only 10,000 players have this amount of chips. I really want more people to have the same amount of chips and not have to pay any money to buy chips. So that's exactly why. Very new account. Yesterday I won, excuse me, 11 billion chips, biggest win. It was a jackpot, and 31 billion. So the first step is very easy, and maybe you guys already have heard about it. When you have a new account, a brand new account, and it's level 1, you can always just begin. You have to go to huge diamonds and try to bet max each time until you have about 100 and no, not 100 and I think 1 billion chips, 2 billion chips. So your first maximum bet will be 35,000, and each time you level up you will be able to play higher bets. So this is a new account. He has been playing for a while, as you can see, but his max bet is very low. And yes, maybe I can show you actually new account, but you can find it on YouTube how to basically win this way. And yeah, maybe I will put a link in the description of an actual video how to get that amount of chips, because that's the first step. And while doing that you can join a very good and powerful club. It doesn't have to be a Masters League club, although that really helps, but I cannot find any uh, good players, good starting players. No, they don't have chips. I will put a link in the description. But so you have your first 1 billion, 2 billion chips. You go and join very very good club. So you go to largest single win of the day, go all the way down to 100, and you just try to find a club with which is easy to join. Usually it is in the Platinum Club because they are already private clubs. So yeah, that's not very nice. Or they are full because other people also use this strategy. And if you're patient enough, I will try to find a club. It will take a while, about 5 minutes. I don't want to um, actually skip any steps. I want to show you guys exactly what you need to do. Uh, but I cannot show the first step exactly because my account is already through that step. I've already started out well, so but I can show you the second step. Okay, this is invite only. Uh, just keep on searching. There will always be a club for you to join. No worries. I mean, if you don't want to play a slot game, but you want to get in a better club, you can always try to find it. If you have a new account, okay, here we have a player with 500 billion chips. You can even find people with about 3 trillion chips, but what you would do, what you want to do, is you want to join the same club of the player so you can get a jackpot bonus, which will help tremendously. There are a lot of bonuses in this game. Plenty of bonuses. Every time you level up, you get a small bonus. Every 10th level, you get a small bonus. Every time someone in your club hits a jackpot, you get a bonus. Event bonuses, lottery bonuses, friend bonuses. You get a lot of bonuses. So these are the things that will keep you going, basically. They will keep you alive when trying to get to 100 billion. So you have 2 billion chips right now, 1.5 billion chips. I don't care for now. And you have a very nice club. Some players that are quite good at the game. And the next step is go to look. This is a player with 1.2 trillion chips. So you have 2 billion chips. You want to get to 6 billion or 3 billion. It matters quite a bit because it's double and you won't have to spend so much time. So what you want to do? You have 2 billion chips. You want to play games like Cash Madness, Dorothy's Adventure, Bakery Street, uh, Huge Diamond Wins, basically even huge quick jackpots, the very easily accessible slots you want to play, and the way you would like to play it is very uh, patient tactic, but also you want to bet up a little bit. So let's say you have 2 billion chips. Let's go here. You go to the middle one, and it will take some time. You have to, if you're lucky, you can get a jackpot. But this is still. It doesn't matter if you lose all your chips. You can always make a new account and restart. So you can be a little bit more risky. But let's say you will bet 1.5 million and wait for a huge win. Then you bet 2.5 and so on. And then you bet 5, maybe 7.5, and then you go back, hopefully with a profit. You can also make a lot of chips because of one of the top players of your club hits a very big jackpot that will get you the higher chips as well. But this is still the first step, getting the first 6 billion chips, making a new account, having taking some risks. As you can see, maybe this will be a huge win. No, but if you get a huge win, you basically bet 2.5 million and keep spinning. You can even bet 20 million, 5 million, 10 million. You have to get to 6 billion chips before you can really start building those chips up, because it's not smart to actually bet low when you have low chips and your account isn't very old. You don't have any people who can help you with large amount of chips. So you have to basically do it alone, and then you're played out. You have to buy chips. You don't want to do that. So basically, I want to show you one huge win at least, and well, if it doesn't pay, you can always leave and go to Cash Madness. Go to the middle one. You can also go to this slot machine, the lowest, the, not the medium, the lowest, and you basically just try to hit some jackpots and make your chips get to 6 billion. It's the shortest step, yet I'm still able to talk a lot about it. I don't know why. I just like to talk about how you can get chips. And there are very simple ways to get to 6 billion. And this is the second step. So after you now have 6 billion chips, because of your new account, it has some extra luck and all of that. You now want to use a strategy which is called stop loss. Basically, stock traders use it when they don't have a winning stock. And in HUUUGE Casino, some people like the stock market, some people like HUUUGE Casino, and when you don't win chips, you basically get a stop loss. You say, no, I won't play anymore. You have 6 billion chips, your stop loss will be 5 billion, you have 12 billion chips, your stop loss will be 10 billion, and you try to stay above 5 billion at all times, basically. And when you come out profitable, you will get a new stop loss point. That way you can build your chips and don't lose any of them. And this is really the basic strategy, how to get infinity chips depending on how long you play. If you use the stop loss strategy for every 5 billion chips for a year, maybe you can get to 500, 600 billion chips even, because you eventually are able to join higher clubs, and it's really the only strategy you need to make a lot of chips. But because you want to get to 100 billion and you don't want to wait, let's say, a month until you are able to get to 100 billion, that's why you clicked on this video. You want it now, right? But you have to be a little bit patient. Um, the strategy is actually just waiting for really high jackpots. So I hit um, like 4 really high jackpots, and that way I was able to make a lot of chips. And so I will show you which slot machines I actually hit those jackpots on. You have to still use stop loss. I made 20 billion chips on Cash Madness, obviously. Cash Madness, the best slot machine ever. Some people hate it, some people like it. I really like it. I also played 10x Classic. You have to be level 184 to be able to use it. Oh, this 3 jackpots. Oh my. And I don't hit any jackpots, but it doesn't matter. My stop loss where I will stop playing and hope to get in a better club, which I can acquire enough bonuses to maybe get to 91 billion and to start playing again. But I can also use the third trick, which is not exactly stop loss, but it's just hitting really high jackpots. And I hit about 20 billion chips. Cash Madness. I also went to Bakery Street, hit 10 billion jackpot. I went to Huge Link and I hit 30 billion. And I went to Woman's Best Friend. I hit 30 billion there. And that way I got up to 99.6 billion chips. And so I cannot show you it right now. Uh, as you can see, it pays out well sometimes. So just imagine you have bet 150. Well, you can also bet 75 million. Let's say you hit 10 billion jackpot. Boom, you got 10 billion chips extra. Uh, you have to have at least 25 billion chips to use this strategy. So the first trick is just going to huge diamonds, getting 1 billion chips, playing till 5 billion, just playing quite risky. You don't want to risk all your chips, but it's still very early and you can make another account. After that, you want to be playing the stop loss trick, and you always want to be playing it, but after 6 billion chips you want to play it, and don't go under 5 billion chips. Basically get to 10 billion chips, don't go under 10, get 15, don't go under 15, get 20, don't go under 20, and just if you still use stop loss the way I tell you to, I have 100 billion chips. and if you use stop loss, you have just 771 million chips, and that way you will never get under 100 billion chips. Um, and that's a really easy way to get to 25 billion chips. And after that, you have enough chips to hit bigger jackpots. You still don't want to be playing super risky. You always want to say, you know, I will stop loss at 10 billion. If you have 25 billion chips, you want to play like that. Um, and yeah, I can show you. 31 billion. Today, very early in the morning, I won 31 billion. And yesterday I won 11 billion. The day before that I won 31. So I managed to go from 6 billion chips to 100 billion chips in 6 days or 7 days or something very, very close to that. And yeah, I will show you the auto spin slot machines. If you have a good Wi-Fi, you can always play Wild Stars. If you want a quick jackpot, play Huge Diamonds. These are the very, very easy ones. But the best are by a long shot, the huge link. You still want stop loss, but you can get a lot of chips out of the huge link. Sevens of Fortune, not yet. If you have a really, really large amount of chips, you can always play a Sevens of Fortune. Still with the stop loss, every time it counts, even for me, when I get below 90 billion, that won't happen. At least I hope so. But, you know, if you get to 90 billion, you have 100 billion chips, just try to get another 10 billion, you will be back there, and use this simple strategy. Uh, I can even, when I get to 1 trillion chips, I will show you how I got to 1 trillion chips. And but the simple tactics, they still count every level. But I was just showing you the good slot machines. Of course, 10x Classic is a very good one. Woman's Best Friends will pay you. Fortune Cats, Clover Mania, they will all pay. Golden Buddha will pay. And we also have jackpots or Neon Celebration. Those slot machines, you can go on auto, get a huge jackpot, give a lot of chips to your, maybe you have more accounts, you can also give chips to your other accounts. And yeah, I recommend jackpot slot machines, because then you can also give chips to other players. Because if you don't hit any jackpots and you still hit a very large win, it doesn't really help, because you already have a lot of chips, right? And you want multiple accounts to have a lot of chips, because that's liquidity. If you're not liquid, you basically you will have a hard time playing huge casino, and you will have to buy chips. I hope you guys understood what I said. First step, get 6 billion. Second step, use stop loss. Third step is risk more chips, have a little bit more